Is Airtasker really a way to potentially earn up to $16,000 per month just by doing small jobs in your local area, or is it a waste of time? My name's Michael and I love testing different ways to make some extra money, and I came across Airtasker because many of you have asked me about it, so I decided to take a closer look. And let me just reveal right away that it definitely can be a way to potentially earn quite good money, but you also do need to do it with the right expectations. And in this Airtasker review, I'll give you an inside look. I'll show all the pros and the cons so you know exactly what to expect and can easily decide if this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over the basics of what Airtasker is. It is a platform that is free to join, and then you can do different jobs. You can see on the website they even claim that you can earn up to $16,000 per month. We'll go over this earning potential a little bit later, but the jobs you will be doing is kind of random small tasks that someone in your local area are looking for someone to do. You can see, for example, this is an example of assembling furniture. That could be an example, but I will now then instead log in, and then I'll show you more examples so you can see some live examples and exactly how to find them. But first, let's go over who can join, because it is not available in all countries. So Airtasker currently, as of recording this video, is available in Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, UK, Ireland, and the US, as you can see it says in the FAQ section. So if you do not live in one of these countries, then you need to go for other kind of gig jobs instead. And I will also leave a link below to a full list I have of the best gig jobs on my website if you prefer reading a list like that. But anyways, let me now log in, and then you can see a little bit more about how it works, how much you can earn per task, and then we'll of course also go over the payout options and go over this claim about whether you can really earn up to $16,000 per month or not. So I have now logged into Airtasker, and it's quite easy to search. You can see you can actually just here search for a specific zip code, for example, where you are located or in the country you're in. But I just tried with a big distance to be able to show a little bit more, so you can see where are there currently jobs as of recording this video here, and then you can scroll in and see more, for example, what kind of jobs there are. And you can also see some that are over here. For example, you see there is need help loading a truck, and you could earn potentially $150 for that, and then you just need to click it to actually see more about it and to potentially apply for it. And if you click it, you can read more. It describes more here, and then you can make an offer, so you can say how much you want to do it for, and this is a good description there. But also be aware that some of them, be critical, because some of them I have also come across some jobs that seems very odd and a little bit strange, something where you definitely need to be skeptical. Not this particular one, but there are others where I say okay, that looks a little bit strange. It's not a very good description. It looks like somebody is trying to trick you basically. So be a little bit critical like that. But you can see there are many. There's also junk removal, recliner sofa repair. There's a lot of tasks, and you can potentially also earn decent money like this. Many of them are these handyman kind of jobs, so if that's something you're good at and enjoy, then definitely can be a way to earn decently. But let me go over a little bit more about how you can then get paid, how that system works, and how much you can overall earn also. So let's talk about how you will get paid when you do tasks, because you see how it works. They describe it quite clearly, and it's nice to know this, because there's actually a secure way that also secures you. Because when doing tasks like this, you might also ask but how can I be sure that the person will actually pay me once I've done the job? And they make sure of this. You can see that once someone assigns you a task, then they take the payment from the person that posted job card and hold it in their system. So it's held by Airtasker, and then when you complete the task and then you request payment, then the poster can then release the payment. But that means the money has been taken. It is held by Airtasker, so you know that there is a good chance. Of course, they can refuse to pay you, but then then you can of course dispute that and all this. But in general, it's a fairly good system, and then you will then get paid into your bank account. So you will get paid in cash directly to your bank account. So a fairly good payment system that also secures both parties, which I really like. However, you will not get the full amount, and this is very important to understand, because there are service fees, because it's free to join Airtasker, but they charge a fee when you complete a task, because that's how they make money. So for example, you see you have different tiers, and you can, when you first join, you will pay 20% service fee. So be aware of that. If you do a task where you get paid $100, you will only get $80. So it's quite a high fee when you start, and then you can move up to only 10%, but still it's a fairly high fee in my opinion. It doesn't mean you can't earn a lot of money. You still can potentially, but you just need to be aware that the fees are there. And how you move up is just by earning. You see, if you've earned less than $400 in the last 30 days, they will charge you 20% when you move up and have earned more than that, but less than $1,500, 15%. And you see, once you've earned more than $3,500 the last 30 days, then it will be only 10%. 3,500 of course requires quite a bit of effort, so you need to be willing to do this a lot to get to the lower service fee. But it's just important no matter what to be aware of this, so you do not get disappointed once you get paid. But let's talk about this overall earning potential then. So as you can see on the website of Airtasker, they have with very big letters right when you come to join that you can earn up to $16,000 a month on Airtasker. Of course, that is actually possible. You can see some of the jobs pay well. If you live in an area where there's a lot of tasks and you are very active and you become popular there, so a lot of people hire you, yes, maybe that is possible. But as they also say, this is based on the average monthly earnings of the top 1%. So that's the top 1% earners. And this means they have to be very active, and also, even if you want to be very active, but if you live in an area, I showed you a map, for example, of the US. There are not tasks in all areas, and you can't decide when there are tasks available. And you can't decide if they decide to hire you, because there might be someone else that gives a better offer. So that's just something to be aware of. It is possible, some people do earn this much, but that's not what you should expect to do when you right away start joining. It can be hard to first find the jobs in your area, and then of course you also need to get accepted. I would say you should not just rely on this. You should also use other gig economy jobs if you like this type of jobs. Or you can also just try to create your own online income. I've done that from scratch myself. I had no idea when I first started what I did, but I know the exact steps that you need to take to do that, because then you can keep having income from wherever you are. You don't have to go around. So, that's also an option. I will leave links below both to a list I have on my website of the best gig economy jobs. So if you're looking for more platforms like that, you can check that out. I will also leave a link to more information about the exact steps that I recommend you take if you want to create your own online income from scratch, so you can learn how to do that step by step. So you can check out the link that suits your needs and your goals the best. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, then make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.